Welcome to my unboxing and application test of the Fiil T1XS. The Fiil T1XS is a new bud from Fiil. It's 24% smaller than the T1X. It has quick link, fast charge, up to 24 hours of listening time, IPX5, real wireless, true wireless stereo, Bluetooth 5, 2 times fast charge, so 10 minutes will give you 2 hours of talk time. Low latency mode and customizable EQ. Great for games, video, music. We will test that later, baby. Okay, it's got environmental noise canceling mics during a call. It has wearing detection. When you pull out one of the buds from your ear, it will stop playing the music and restart when you put the earbud back in. IPX5 again. And the Fiil Plus Smart app with smart config. So we're going to check that app out thoroughly. Even talk about how it works across multiple devices. So unboxing. The first thing you're going to notice is that this case is very small. I am a big fan of small cases, and this is by far one of the smallest cases I've seen in a while. That's going to fit in your jean pocket, no problem. This is, of course, a Hot Wheels car, and I'm telling you, this is a nice, tiny little case, so I'm scoring props to Fiil for a tiny little case. It's a little bit linty. Our first exposure to the buds, I've got a single charging light. The buds themselves sit in here very nicely. I always like when the case has these indentations on the top, because I know when I close that case, even if I shake this or dump it upside down or whatever I do to this, those earbuds are not going to move from their contact points, because those indentations on the top there, they will keep those buds from moving. This is a USB-C charging port. Let's see if this is a wireless charging device. We are on. No, we're not expecting that to be wireless charging, but let's just confirm that wireless charging is active. Yes, this is charging wirelessly, but the Fiil T1XS is not a wireless charging bud. That's fine. We have plenty of other features to keep us happy. Let's continue the unbox. I have to hand it to Fiil. This is a pretty nice box. This is a pretty nice unboxing experience. This is a nice piece of solid foam. It's got the art of audio etched in there. Whoops. I've got plenty of may I help you? Fiil, good. This is giving me a quick start guide telling me how to wear the earbuds, how to charge the earbuds, how to connect the ear wings, how to sync between the buds, how to reset. I mean, that's a nice quick start guide, actually. This is telling me about how to correctly wear them or incorrectly wear them. Yeah. What's funny about this correct or incorrect wearing? This is how I would probably wear them when I run, and I talk about my my manual ambient mode, which I do have to do wearing the Fiil T1XS. Using the app, how to adjust the sensitivity. We'll get into that in more detail. Okay, and then I have the user manual. Oh, this is taped shut, in fact. Okay. 3 times ear wings, 4 times ear tips, small, medium, I don't know, medium, large, and large, or maybe it's large and extra large. They call it extra small. Got your USB Type-C charging cable. Tells us exactly where the microphones are. Ear wings, LED indicator, ENC microphone, touch control, call microphone. Okay, so they're calling it the call microphone. And up back in the back, that's your ENC microphones, how you eliminate background noise. Excellent. That's nice. I mean, the manual is well done here by Fiil. LED indicator, how to charge, again, how to put your buds in the case to charge them correctly, how to do Bluetooth pairing, how to get manually synced, automatically synced, how to reset your sync, how to reconnect the Bluetooth. Wow, excellent. I mean, this is an excellent manual. This is a company that's obviously produced a lot of headphones and earbuds in the past. This is a good manual, completely written in English by someone who speaks English. So I got to give props to Fiil for that. So you have your sensitivity adjustments for wearing detection and your touch sensitivity for the controls themselves are all possible to adjust in the Fiil Plus app. Okay, so here we go. The earbuds come out of the box in an easy mode. So when you turn them on, you take them out of here, you connect them to your phone, you're going to get easy mode, meaning you can double tap to answer end a call or play pause, depending on, whether you're getting a phone call or not. And you can long press to reject the call or go into monitor mode. And that's all you get out of the box until you connect these earbuds to the Fiil Plus app, where you can turn on full control mode. Here it is right here, full control mode activated by the Fiil Plus app, where you then add volume control and next and previous track. Now, there are a couple of functions that are missing from here. You do not get the ability to activate the assistant. And second of all, you don't get to activate low latency / movie gamer mode from the touch control. So you will have to use the app. Fiil is forcing us to use the app. I'm not a big fan of having to use an app. And considering how Fiil put you in easy mode out of the box, they are really forcing you to use that app. So personally, I would take that as a strike against them, even though I do think the app is incredibly useful and functional with all the EQ settings and the ability to change the sensitivity of a lot of the buds features. And I do think it's ultimately pretty cool, but I don't like being forced to have to use it. Okay, some indicators on how to what's going on with the LED light. There's only one light, so it's got to have some multiple functions, right? Red light flashing, low battery, yellow light on, charging cases, low battery, green light on, trickle charging, LED off, charge complete. Oh, that's while it's charging. Okay, and then this is while it's charging. What the heck? Charging case indicator. Oh, while the LED indicator is on, it means the earbuds are being charged. My bad. So when the earbuds are in the case and you're not charging it via a cable, these are the status indicators. And then when you're charging it with the cable, this is what's going on. If it's unable to charge the earbud or the LED indicator blink red, it means the battery is low and the charging I think they already said that. Okay, if it blinks red, you need to charge the case. We got it. Let's pop out that cable. So this is a USB-C charging cable that Fiil provides us. This is a 20,000 milliamp fast charger that is not going to fast charge via this cable, I can tell you that. But let's see what the case says when we plug it in. Good solid connection. That is green. Okay, so that is flashing green. Green light on says trickle charging. So with that connector, I am trickle charging. I seriously wonder with the rapid charge if you would have to be in fast charging mode, which would mean I would need a PD cable to get to fast charging. That sounds like a more in-depth test would be needed, but I'm guessing, I am just guessing that you want to use a PD cable and get that fast charging indicator. All right, let's pause. Let's get a PD cable. Fortunately, I have a PD cable pretty handy. Now we're expecting to see fast charging, yellow light on. Heard that solid connection. I see nothing on. Okay, I'm going to head scratch on that one. This is a pretty powerful charger right here. This is a good PD cable. And I've got no charge capability, so I'm not sure how to answer that question. This is like the latest and greatest in charging technologies, and I'm not getting a fast charge. Now, it could be that I'm not going to get a fast charge because the case is mostly charged. But I am left scratching my head on that one. And I mean, a lot of times you are not supposed to overcharge these devices anyway. Not that you could, even if you wanted to. but I don't know how to get it to go into fast charge mode. I may have to do a little bit more testing off camera and see if I can figure it out in the comments for folks. All right, let's continue to look at this box of goodies. So Fiil has done a nice job of including a lot of extra size ear tips. I mean, these are huge. These ear tips are massive. This is extra large, like these are extra large ear tips if I've ever seen them. You've got the larger, they got the larger wing tips. They both look the same exact shape, left or right, which is easy, makes it easier to put them on. And if I can get these out, you've got this wingtip that has no wing on it at all. So this is just a rubber, nice rubber or silicone band that will help keep the buds in your ears. And I like the fact that they're keyed. So I know exactly where that goes, how to put that onto the buds. And I've got an extra small pair of tips. These are real. Yeah, man, if I could get all these out in one swoop, that would probably make this go a lot quicker. And that's it. That's the end of what's in the box. That is an elastic. That is not part of the feature set. Okay, and let's get the earbuds out. The earbuds themselves, they come out of the case relatively easy. I'm going to go at it that way. That's making it easier for my big fat fingers. I like the fact that it's keyed. I got that key right here, so I can see there's a light under there. It's even better. There's that light on. What's really nice about this is I can also see this microphone. I better not cover that microphone with this. That'll mess you up. But the key is going to make it a lot easier. It is on and it is good. Oh, same thing on this side. So this is the mic. You need to make sure that you get the wingtip in its groove. There's a groove here. So if you position this correctly, wow, look at that. Without the ear wing on, it's actually quite an ugly little thing. Man, that's like naked. That's ugly naked. You got to go on your New Year's resolution, Fiil, and look better naked. That's got to be your resolution for next year. Okay, let's put that wingtip back on because that's dressing these up quite a bit. And I have that on upside down. So there is a way to put them on incorrectly. You could put it on upside down like I just did. But don't do that because this will work a lot better if you put it on correctly. Now, as far as Fiil earbuds go, this is not a very deep set earbud. When I use these running, I use this set of tips for running because they don't really fit my ears quite right. And I don't get much occlusion when using them that way. He also significantly reduces bass. But I prefer it for running because I have ambient mode. And these sound actually really natural for running when I undersize the tips. This is a very good looking bud. I love this stainless steel looking tip. I think it looks really good. This is the size ear tip. It's actually, I feel like it's substantially larger actually. You know, this extra small, medium. This is a much bigger tip considering there are 4 sizes. This is probably like, I would say just a little bit too big for my ears, but it works well. It's just when I put this in, I get a real solid like, and my ear is sealed with this in there. I also find that the length of this hosel, the length of this part of the bud here, with the ear tip is long enough, and I had the same feeling with the regular Fiil T1X, that this is uncomfortable in my ear after a long period of time. So I would wear it with this tip personally. I think if you have smaller ears, you're going to find that you really want to wear this tip. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say if you have very small ears, these are not going to be a very comfortable earbud for you, because I do think that in terms of the length of what has to go inside your ears, it's quite long. I'll just compare it to another earbud. I have the iTechnic BH007s here. So you just see like the length of that has to go in your ears. The way that this is shaped is significantly different. And there's no getting around it. Like, the full length of this has to be inside your ear. But very effectively, I can wear this like that and get away with it. Okay, let's fire up the app. I'm going to go into the Fiil app here. I'm connected to the T1XS. These are not detected. They're showing that they're not in my ears at the moment. So let me just put the right one in. It immediately detects that I'm wearing it. It can tell me my whole charge cycle. I have 3 cycles left to charge. Okay, I can turn on DSP audio enhancement. I mean, it's telling me flat out. I can turn it on. It'll improve my music listening feeling, but it might slightly enlarge the background noise of the sound source. Okay. I love the EQ settings. It's got 3 right on the screen here. I can see how they change the lows, the mids, and the highs. This is how it sounds out of the box, the original mode. What can I say about the original mode? I'm not a fan of the original mode. I feel like as much as the T1XS are a great sounding bud, and I think I like them from a sound perspective much more than the Fiil T1X. Actually, I like the experience of them with the super tiny case, with the low latency mode, with the ambient mode, a lot better than the Fiil T1X. And the Fiil T1X, I always said that the sound sounded like it had a little bit of a blanket over the mids and the highs, like it just didn't get crisp enough for me. The T1XS has gone the other direction, or it's tweaked up the mids and the highs enough where I would never, ever use this treble mode. This is, man, I cannot take that mode. Even this mode is a little bit too much on the mids and the treble for me. I like the bass mode, but you see that it does turn down the treble and the mids quite a bit. And I just feel like this still sounds better than the T1X. It has still a good crisp mid and high section. But for me, I would probably even somehow like to just turn down that crispness of the treble just a little bit. Now, when I get into the additional EQ modes, I don't like the fact that it doesn't represent them graphically in the settings, and it switches this back to original. Even though this says pop music, I don't really care for that. So I'm going to say that there's a little bit missing there in the app for how the extra EQ settings work, because you don't really know what it's changing. It's just reverting to the original setting, and I don't care for that. Look, I'm using the bass setting on these, and I think it sounds pretty damn good. Okay, over on the next screen, we have full control mode. So if you shut this off, now the earbuds are in easy mode, which when we were looking at the instructions, now I can only control play, pause, answer a phone call, reject a phone call, and monitor mode. So we can go into monitor mode, which I guess is cool because it's pretty useful mode. When you turn on full control mode, I like the fact that it comes up and tells you what the controls are going to be, and you have to accept that you're going into full control mode. And it's even telling you, right? Full control mode is turned on. It'll be more convenient to control playback and other operations, but it's also going to increase the probability of accidental touches because now your single tap does something. Anyway, I love that. I'm going to do that. We'll be testing low latency mode shortly. We've got your Morpheus STB power saving, so this will extend talk time but slightly affect call quality. I have not tried that. I tried the mics, and I'll give you my MicSeries quality testing later in the video. And I can adjust the wearing detection, or at least turn it on and off, which is pretty cool. And then you can go into the advanced settings, set up the sensitivity for wear detection. I love that the app tells you like what's the right and wrong way to wear them. Good luck getting them this deep into your ear. I mean, that is a setback picture. These earbuds do not ever get that small in your ear. But that is incorrect. I mean, I can see that the ear wing is outside of the guy's ear and it needs to go inside. Okay, and then you can adjust the sensitivity and apply it or not. And that's it. I can just slide it up and down and get it to where I want it and be done. Okay, that's wear detection sensitivity. Same thing with touch controls. I can adjust the sensitivity for left and right ear independently. And that is a cool feature. I can recover the synchronization between them, and then I can turn the voice prompts off into English and some other language, which I assume is Chinese. As far as the app goes, it's a little bit awkward because it says off, but in fact, the voice prompts are on, and the voice prompts, the touch commands, everything that you do and the touch controls with the Fiil T1X are, there is some kind of a notification of what you've done, and I think it works absolutely excellently. Okay, the other thing that I would tell you is that if you're in full control mode, which I am, left earbud is going to change the volume. So I get a notification. Triple tap to lower the volume. Double tap will stop that music. Well, I have experienced this quite a few times. I'm pretty sure this has something to do with Spotify more than the earbuds, but double tap at the moment is not stopping the music. So now I'm connected to my Pixel 2, and what I wanted to show you here is just that this is still in full control mode, meaning what we set up in the other app is working even on a different phone. Okay, so we have play pause with our double tap. Now single tap will skip songs, and triple tap will hopefully go back to the previous song. So even though we've changed phones, once we set up the fact that we want full control of the earbuds by the app, switching to a different phone, a different device, will retain the settings that you set up in the app. So I think someone asked me a question on the channel about, whether that they would have to load the app on every single device. The answer is no. You can load the app on one device, set up the EQ or the full control or any other settings on the Fiil One earbuds, T1XS earbuds, and it'll work on any device that you connect it to. I guess that's a pro or a con. I find that would be a pro. I don't think I really set EQ very often. I set it like once the way I like it, and I kind of listen to most music using the same EQ settings. Okay, on to the next test. We always test max volume in the same place. Oh wow, these are cranking loud. So 104 decibels maximum volume there. I can clearly hear these from right here. I don't really ever put them in my ears at that volume level, so I can tell you that these sound even louder than 104 decibels. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's because of those high frequencies. Those high frequencies are just ear-piercingly loud, in my opinion. If you like this sort of sound, then you are a person who would like the Fiil T1XS, the Bowmaker Sci-Fis, and those one more dual driver A and C buds, which are significantly more expensive but also have more features than these Fiil, and would take this sort of sound to the next level, but they also cost like $100 more than the Fiil. Okay, if you're not a fan of this super bright kind of sound, you want to move more towards the SoundPeats H1 and the SoundPeats True Engine SE3, because those have significantly more reservation around the mids and high frequencies than these Fiil T1 XS have. That's a preference. My personal preference is not towards this kind of a super bright sounding bud, but I know that a lot of people really do like this, and I can appreciate that. I'm just telling you, my preference is leaning away from this kind of a sound. Okay, let's test some latency. I'm going to just put this up to the microphone. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is move over and switch this. We're going to have to switch this via the app to gamer mode because we can't do it any other way. Well, we'll just call it low late. Oh man, I haven't turned this on yet. So this is very cool. So we have, how do you want to use the earbuds? Holy smoke. There you go. You have video mode. So the best balance mode between low latency and audio quality for video. I'm going to go straight to gamer mode. I love how this turned into Chinese when I touched that game mode. So apparently that must be, well, most of the interface has been converted entirely over to English, so that's cool, but there's some holdovers. Would love to know what that says. Extreme low latency mode for gaming might result in higher app compatibility risks, but it brings even lower latency than AirPods in some situation. All right, gang. Let's go back and try this. That looks like about 200 milliseconds on this test. And since they've given it to us, let's try this video mode and see where we get. I'm assuming that we're going to be somewhere in the middle. And remember, folks, I mean, I've got all kinds of extra delay introduced here. It definitely seems like that's about 300 milliseconds, maybe just over 300 milliseconds, but that gaming mode was way down there near the 200 milliseconds. Well, I can only figure out the actual milliseconds in post-processing, so I will do that after the fact. And that concludes my unbox and app test of the Fiil T1 XS, the $59 earbud from Fiil.
This is a sample phone call with the Fiil T1 XS, a new earbud from Fiil. I'm in a quiet room and now I'm walking out of my garage. It's a little bit breezy out and I'm walking out to the street where I get a pretty good sense of traffic going by most days. This is me stopping to walk. I'm facing the wind. There's a pretty good wind in my face again. Like I said, this is a Toyota Camry that's going by in the background. Toyota Camry, you may all know, is a very quiet car. Going to buy in the other direction is a Chevy 2500. That's a Silverado. That's a big car. He came off the side street. He actually wasn't going very fast at all. Just had a scooter go by, not a motorcycle, but a scooter. I am doing my best to wait for some cars to go by so to get a good sense. That's a Prius speeding, an EV car, not a very loud car. This is a Nissan Versa, another EV car. And finally, this is a GMC Acadia. So based on this call quality, this is how I think the Fiil T1 XS ranks in my microphone series playlist. Let me know what you think in the comments, whether I ranked it correctly, I should move it up or down, and why.
Thanks for watching. So Zen out.